Hello, kids! Today we're going to unbox Nightmare on Elm Street. Released in 1984, this extremely low budget slasher film from Wes Craven, Nightmare on Elm Street and its central villain Freddy Krueger have become pop culture phenomenons and household names. The movie follows the story of Nancy Thompson and her friends as they all seem to be dealing with a shared boogeyman in their dreams that feel all too real to the teens. After they start dying in their sleep, Nancy must uncover the mystery behind Freddy, the boogeyman of her dreams, and find a way to stop him from getting the rest of her friends and herself. Starring John Saxon, Ronnie Blakley, Heather Langenkamp, Amanda Wyss, Johnny Depp in his film debut, and Robert Englund as Freddy Krueger, A Nightmare on Elm Street is one of my all-time favorite films, let alone horror films, of all time. I highly recommend it. So we have Nightmare on Elm Street finally on 4K from Warner Home Video. Wow. And as you'll notice, the cover is very similar to the US Steelbook. But this is a collector's edition that they did release in the US as well. But the main difference is just cosmetic things for the region, that's all. But otherwise, the contents are exactly the same. So let's dive in. See what's inside. Okay, so let's bust this open here. Take a look at what we get. So yeah, I imported the UK edition because for those who noticed, even with shipping and handling, it was like $20 cheaper to import this version than get the US equivalent. But it has a nice hard case that emulates the US Steelbook. And this does have a steelbook inside, and we'll get into that in just a moment. But first, let's see what comes with it as far as goodies. You get an individually numbered card here. Mine is 4,677 out of 27,400. And yeah, as far as I know, some of these have been popping up, still available. So as of this recording, you can still get your hands on it. Other than that, I do not know. Then we also get a nice envelope here where we can open her up and see what's inside. We got our double-sided poster right here with the US poster art nicely displayed there. And on the reverse, I'm going to say that's, I don't know, Tual film, and probably Indian. Somebody knows, let me know. Interesting poster. Not one I would have chose for the reversal, but hey, that's just me. Now this booklet actually emulates the same kind of artwork you get on the non-steelbook edition of the movie, which most people have noticed that is a Freddy from part 3 or 4, not Freddy from the first film. But inside you just get a collection of more pictures here. And I say more pictures because we also get these interesting lobby cards that invoke like a retro feel. Now, I would have much rather had actual replications of the lobby cards, and they all have the same back from back in the day. But these will do just fine for now, I guess. And this shot here, though, bothers me because this is not from Nightmare on Elm Street. I'm almost 100% positive that's from part 3. But that being said, so yeah, that's the cards and the book and the poster that you all get in the envelope. And then also inside here, you get a nice looking steelbook. Ooh, with the original poster art, which I much prefer over the US version. And of course, the back of that has the same crappy art they've been using for years for the box set. But this, of course, we get a nice look at and look at that sheen it's got there. The art from Freddy coming through the ceiling, although mine has a little bit of a scratch there at the top corner. I'm not too happy about that. Of course, the side has the original font and not the later adopted font like the US Steelbook does. But opening it up inside, the only difference is we get the UK discs instead of the UK disc, but everything else is identical. Movie, special features all the same. Now, so the movie itself, is it worth the upgrade? Yes, it is worth the upgrade. I do have some minor issues with the transfer, although they are very minor at best. They did fix the soundtrack finally, and it has a nice new Dolby Atmos track, which is pretty decent. Not great, but overall pretty decent. You do get the original mono soundtrack on here, as well as all the classic features. Although there's still a bunch of features that were on the Elite Laserdisc collection and other things that fans out there know of that we would love to have on this set, but alas, we did not get it. But overall, even if you pick up the standard edition, the Steelbook, if you can still get your hands on it, or you spring a little bit more for the extra bonus edition, which these are just stickers here, I believe. They can come right off, yeah. And I'll probably do just that, peel them right off, because I'm not in the UK. As far as what's underneath this, as best as I can tell, it's pretty much the same as the back here, so no need to pull this off because it is got the rubbery cement glue on it, or whatever you call it. Not cement, but you know what it is. The other thing people are talking about is the unrated edition. I gotta stress that this version is only 8 seconds longer than the original cut of the film, so keep that in mind. Like, most people are not going to notice a difference in the film, and there were some people thinking they actually didn't put the right movie on here. But no, it's literally just a few frames out of 2 sequences that Wes Craven had to cut to get an R rating. So most people will not notice, but it is very subtle in the few shots or a few seconds, I should say, of the shots that were removed. But so if you get your hands on it, I'm sure you'll enjoy it. I know some people have been having some issues with Amazon and such, but good luck and happy hunting. This is going to be one of the last releases. It sounds like Warner Brothers is going to be releasing with slip covers. That's a whole nother subject that I'm sure we'll get into on the latest edition of Physical Media over on Fanzine's channel. I'll put the link to that in the description. But thanks again for checking in and watching this unboxing of A Nightmare on Elm Street.